Alright, so we're going to start with this design today. I got this canvas magnet at the Dollar Tree, which is a dollar store around here. And it doesn't really matter the design on it. You just want to paint the whole thing black. And you want to make sure that you try to get all the excess paint off, and then make sure that it dries real good before you start. Once it's good and dry, you go on and get a ruler, and this is a 3 by 3 inch little canvas, so I just mark at the 1.5 mark, the halfway point all the way around, and I'm using a white charcoal pencil for that. And you just take your ruler and line up your two little lines and draw your line across, and that way you can find your center. Okay, so I want to show you this compass that I got. So it's just a typical basic metal compass, and this one was just a little bit nicer. It was only about $1 more. You can push out a little point, and it snaps back in. It locks in place so it holds your spot, and I just thought it performed a lot better. So if you're wanting something to make good guidelines, I would definitely suggest getting a little bit nicer of a compass. The little metal one just kind of would push either out or in and lose its spot, and I wanted something that would lock into place. I found this one here. It's Helix brand. And if you're new to dotting, this is a great tool to have. It just really helps keep your dots all in line. And you can make as many or as little lines as you need. There's no right or wrong way to do it here. And you can just snap it closed. Okay, I'm starting off with an 11.5mm crochet hook for my center dot, and I'm just going to go with the pink. I will list the paint colors in the description. And I just use an old wet painted up rag to clean off my tools, and I always have my glass of water, and I use an old chocolate box to keep my tools as I go. It just kind of helps keep them organized, and that way you can go and grab a tool that you just used and you don't have to fumble through a bunch of other tools. Okay, I'm using a lighter pink, and I'm using a size 1 nail stylus dotting tool, and you just want to make a dot on each of the 4 lines, and then you want to put a dot right in between each of those, and then again right in between each of those. So you'll have a total of 16 dots going around the middle dot. Size 2, and I'm using red paint, and you just want to go in between each of the pink dots there on the outside. You put a dot. And you will just do this all the way around. And this is a size 3. And you want to just go right between the red dots now on the outside and put a gold dot. And here we're going to go back with the same center pink color, and this is the size 4. And I'm just going to go right in between on the outside of each of the gold dots, all the way around. And this is a size 5. And just going to go with some red. And you just go right in between two of the pink dots, right on the outside. And that is a size 5, which is the largest nail dotting tool that I have, the nail stylus. Okay, this one here I've switched to a wooden dowel. It's the smallest wooden dowel you can find at Walmart. And I just cut it down to size, whatever you need. And I'm using gold again, and I'm going right in between each of the red dots on the outside, all the way around. So I'm just kind of repeating the colors here. That's about a 3.5 millimeter in size. They are the wooden dowel. Alright, this is a size 1 nail stylus. And I'm going with white and I'm going to dot the very outer edge in the center of the gold. And then I walk it down one side and then I dip it and dot the same first initial dot again and then walk down the other side. I'm going to do that all the way around. And it kind of gives it like a lacy look. If you hear snoring, it's my animals. I have a cat and I have a dog, and they're both asleep, and they're both right by me. Okay, this is a 5 millimeter crochet hook, and you just want to put the dot right in the divot there, right in between those bigger gold dots. And you just want to do that all the way around. Again, just clean those right off with your damp cloth. Going back with red, and that's a size 1. And now we're going to repeat the lacy process that I just did in white around the gold. We're just going to do it red around the pink. So you start on the very center outer edge of the pink dot, and then you walk down one side. And then you're going to redot. You're going to dip your dotter in paint, and then you're going to redot the first dot, and then walk down the other side. That just helps keep them nice and even looking. And again, do it all the way around. Going back with the wooden dowel, and you want to put a little dot of white right down in the divot in between each of the larger pink dots. You can follow right along that guideline there. Okay, going back with a 5mm crochet hook in gold, and just going right in between each of the white dots. It's okay if you don't get these perfect. It's still going to be very pretty. Keep that in mind. Don't scratch the whole project. You can always take a Q-tip and clean up your mess if you make too bad of a mistake. But just keep going. Don't give up. Here the camera, I don't know why it does this every once in a while, and it will pan the wrong way. So this is zoomed and it just looks fuzzy, but it does go back to normal here in just a minute. I've got a new camera that I'm going to use on the next video, so hopefully I won't have this problem anymore. Alright, we are taking a size 4 dotting tool, and I'm just going to go with the same pink around the gold, starting at the very center outer edge. You make a dot and walk it down one side, and then make a dot again and walk it down the other side. And here I'm using a size 5, which is the very largest nail stylus dotting tool, and I'm going back over top of the pink in the same fashion where I dot the very largest outer center, and then walk down one side, and then walk down the other side, and that's with white. My cat is snoring. It's quite loud. And lastly, there is a 9mm crochet hook, and I just put a white dot right in the middle. And I like to swirl it just to make it a little bit more flat. And that is your first canvas. And here we'll do this one now. Again, just starting off with a canvas. It's a magnet. And I'm just going to paint it all black. There's a cute little picture of a puppy. But I had to do it. Get all your sides and clean it up, and make sure you try to get all the excess off. And let it dry real good. Again, we're going to go with the white charcoal pencil. And I'm just kind of outlining a basic shape of a heart. And you just wet down a little Q-tip and wipe off any of your lines that you messed up on. I do quite often. Alright, this is starting with a 5mm crochet hook. And I'm just going to make a white dot on the very outer edge of the heart, followed by a 4mm crochet hook, and I'm just making one on the top and two on the bottom. And now this is a 3.75mm crochet hook, and I'm just making one on the top, one on the bottom. That there is a wooden dowel. It's the very smallest wooden dowel that I can find. I call it about a 3.5mm crochet hook. Moving in more, I am using a size 5, but then I realized that that's not going to cut it. By the time I walk it all the way down, there would be no paint left. So I go back to the wooden dowel, and I'm just going to dot a couple more dots down before I get and use the nail stylus. Okay, so now that's a size 5, which is my largest nail stylus dotting tool. And you just want to take your nail stylus and walk them all the way down at the top, and then you want to walk them down at the bottom to the tip. Alright, that is a size 9mm crochet hook, and I'm just going to use red to start. And I'm just eyeballing here, and I'm going to go crisscross around the circle, and that's a size, that is a size 2 nail stylus dotting tool, and I just make 16 dots around, so crisscross, and then a crisscross between those, and then again one dot in between each of those dots. That's how you will get 16 around. This is a size 3, and I'm just going to put a dot right next to the dot. I'm not going to stagger, and I'm not going to put them in between the dots. I'm going to put it just right next to the dot. Moving to size 4, I'm just going to do the same thing right next to the dot. And this is a size 5. Again, just working our way out from the center here. Just getting a little bit bigger as we go. And where they don't fit, you just don't dot. This is a wooden dowel. It's the smallest wooden dowel that I have. I call it about a 3.5mm in size. So see where it wouldn't fit there, so I just skip the ones where it won't fit because I don't want to get it all sloppy. And just put a dot where they will fit, continuing out from the center there. And that is a 3.75mm crochet hook there. And again, the same thing. Okay, I've moved to a size 1. Now, I'm not putting these, I'm kind of putting these in between. There's a little slot in between the red dots. That's where you want to put, and I'm just using gold. That's where you want to put each of the little gold dots. Just like kind of right in between. I'll bring it up to the camera and show you. And again. And that's a size 2. So these are kind of staggered. There. So they're not in line with the red dots. They're just right out of line. With a little bit of an opening, and that's where you want to go. This is a size 3, continuing with gold all the way out. And you can pause it there so you can get a better look. Okay, this is a size 4. And you just want to make them fit. So you just go where they'll fit all the way around. Okay, this is a size 5. And I realized that that was just not going to cut it. So I moved to my smallest Susan Bates crochet hook, which is a 3.75 millimeter. And here I'm going to grab my wooden dowel, which is about a 3.5 millimeter, and I'm just kind of filling in the little spots where nothing else would really fit. And I'm going with my size 5 again, and I've got red on there. And I'm just kind of going to dot around and see if I can fit any more on there, all the way out to the edge. I like to knock down the little point sometimes, and that was the case here because I wanted to layer it, and it's definitely best to take the point off before the paint dries, so you can fit another layer on there if you plan on doing layering. Okay, I'm taking size 1. It's a very tiny nail stylus dotting tool, and I'm just going to fill it in. All the little spots that are bigger, I fill in with a little tiny white dot. Again, the camera switched on me, so this was as good as I could get it. I don't know that it's doing that until after I've recorded, but again, like I said, hopefully this will be the last time that I have to deal with this. And it will switch back here in just a moment. And just grab any of the little tiny dotters that you have. I have used a sewing needle here, and I'm just going to fill in the little teeny tiny spots. Again, just filling all the little spots in with white. That's all we're doing here. There, that's better. Okay. Now I'm just going to use my size 1, and I'm just taking some red, and I'm going to go right in the little divots, right in between each of the white dots, all the way around the heart. By the way, that was a 5.5 millimeter for the center white dot that I used. And then you can just walk it down at the edges, very tip, in the center of the heart. And again, I'm going to use the size 1. I'm going to switch over to gold. And I'm just going to put 1 or 2 or 3 dots, whatever will fit without overcrowding, right in between the red dots that we just did around the edge and just around the whole heart. And there it is. I hope you liked the video. If you do like it, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you did like it. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what else you would like to see in future videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.